Even though you may have already have a solar power system, at times our electricity demand may change. You may have purchased an air conditioning unit just to beat the heat. Or if you are like me, you may want it for... Okay, let me tell you about it. But first, let's introduce the channel.
Welcome to Smart Conserver.
It's not strange for persons who own a solar power system to decide to expand it. The existing system that you may have may not be providing the required power that you may now need. Now, what may happen is that you may have a tree or two that have grown or start to shade the panels that you already have, or the demand for electricity that you have may increase, as from time to time some householders may have increased their demand by either you purchase an electronic car, or you may have more rooms. It depends. More rooms that require electricity. So it depends on what it is. Now, this is a second and final part of the vlog where we will explore if it is at all possible to add to the existing system that I have. Well, continuing with my research, I also saw where there were factors that I had to consider before I could even think of expanding my current system. These are: 1, looking on available roof space. Now, this was the most important thing for me, and if you don't have the space to hold the additional panels, then the consideration of adding anything at all will be met with a no. It's not possible. Well, I had the space, so adding the panels, it was not a problem. Sometimes you can get around the lack of space by placing these extra panels that you want to put on. You may put them on a garage roof or even the carport. However, the number of panels that you have or get may be limited by the available space. The second thing that you must consider is inverter upgrades. Now, if the inverter that you have can accommodate the additional solar panel output, then you can go ahead and add the additional panels. However, if it can't, then you may need to replace your old inverter. If on the other hand your system is like mine, where you have micro inverters, then you can very easily add to the existing system, as this type of system has a small inverter mounted on the underside of every 2 panels. All I had to do was to get them to install more microinverters on the new solar panels that I had, instead of replacing the inverters. The third thing was aesthetic consideration. Now, for me, aesthetic is very important. I wanted to add that additional to my current solar panel system, and I wanted it to match the old ones. Now, when I say match, I meant the size and even the type of panels, they should be the same. Also, even the color. My older panels are blue monocrystalline panels, and it would really look odd if I had gotten black monocrystalline panels. Also, my older panels have an aluminum frame around it. Now just imagine how it would really stand out if I got panels with black frames. Another thing that was important for me with the aesthetic was the height of the panels. I wanted all my panels to be on the same level. There are times that I notice on some roof that you can stay on the ground, and without even looking up as much, you see the panels that are on some rooftops. I didn't want that. I wanted my panels, my solar power to be there but not really visible to the eyes below. And if you look sometimes on some of these, if you get the drone flights and you look on some of these building tops, it's only when you fly that drone over that you really see that there are panels on those roofs. You really wouldn't know. So even though you may already have a solar panel system, at times our electricity demand may change, where you may have purchased an air conditioning unit just to beat that summer heat. Or if you're like me, you may want it for selling more excess electricity to your power provider. Then it is possible. In regards to selling more of my electricity, I will do another vlog on this for you as soon as I'm able to do some analysis. By the time you by the time you're looking at this vlog, you can clearly see that the installation was done for the additional panels. I only got about 4 more, and the installation, it didn't take long. All the factors were taken into consideration. As you can see, it fits nicely on the space it was placed in. The inverters, they were microinverters, so only 2 were needed. As remember, I told you that only 4 panels were installed. In regards to the aesthetic, all panels were the same blue monocrystalline with aluminum frames, and the size were all the same. In regards to the panels being on the same height, that was achieved. So now the question asked can be answered. Can I add more panels to my existing system? The answer will be a resounding yes. However, please look at the system that you have and look at the factors that are suitable for this addition. And I've already told you some of the factors above. There may be additional factors depending on wherever you live. However, you can get around them. Just think about them and think how it affects you. Now you realize that this is something that we have already spoken about on the channel, where I told you that you can add to your current system incrementally. So you see, it is possible to add or go solar incrementally, and this that we had here in the vlog today is one way. I will be sure to let you know the savings, if any, I receive from these additional panels. Just stay tuned to the channel.
You have come to the end of another series. Join us next time for more ways to conserve.